people, welcome on board. It's another episode of FLUX360. In case this is your first time of, bumping into us and getting to know about FLUX360, this is a podcast where we talk about everything life. We are not boxed into a particular area or a particular industry. We talk politics today, we talk entertainment tomorrow. The next after it might be relationship and love. My name is Evelyn Ohiola. You can simply call me King Gabe. And I do not fly this plane alone. My co-pilot is here, Heritage. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm alive and well.
Thank good.
And I must say you're looking fabulous.
Thank you, and you too. You're looking so good. I think I want your kimono when we're done. Thank you. So just drop it out.
I don't know. I can talk about dropping it out, but I don't know if it's going to fit you.
Everything fits well with
are we
me.
the same size?
Don't worry.
Are you sure?
I have a tailor.
Okay, now that rings a bell, because when someone tells you they have a tailor, they can do and undo. The last time I heard someone go to stream, what do they call it? Slim fit, an underwear. You
Ow!
you borrowed an underwear and you went ahead to slim fit.
Audacity.
Or Guinea. It's the same way someone gave you maybe long sleeve and you're like, I'm not
comfortable with
person.
it.
You borrowed it for Christ's sake and you went to cut it to short sleeve. And you returned it back to the person you're saying, hey, long sleeve is not really my thing. I just wanted to make it comfortable. They say be comfortable with what you wear.
Okay, we went the same trouser.
All right, that for every of our shows we have guests in the house, in our studios. We try to bring guests to talk on different topics. But for today, we have just one guest. And it's one because he's a powerhouse. I tell you, he is a powerhouse. We have in our studios this day the talented, award-winning producer, director, actor, of course, Nollywood. You know him, you love him, you know him by the name Wede YD in the hit series Jennifer's Diary. I'm talking of none other but the phenomenal Tope Adebayo.
Hello! You're popping the champagne.
Thank you.
I love the excitement. I mean, the way you did it.
When you were trying to introduce me, as you were saying it, I was like, am I really the one that is
Why
coming
didn't
up on
lie?
stage? I was like, oh, wow, so I've really achieved. Oh, thank God. So I was overwhelmed. So that was why I said I had to show it out. Oh, wow, thank God.
Okay, now you're being humble.
Yeah.
Because I didn't lie. You're talented, aren't you?
Yes.
Why
If you
did?
say,
You are an award-winning director.
you're right.
And in fact, we have one to win again
Yes, sure.
in May, right?
Inshallah.
Right?
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay, so I didn't lie and I wasn't flattering you.
No,
It is what it is.
you seriously, you're right. Just sometimes you won't know who you are or what you have. So when you are now saying it, I was now reflecting. I think it is
That's
true.
true.
That's true. That's wow. So I've really gone this far.
Yeah.
All glory be to God.
All right. And let's just pick it up from the awards that you were nominated for. The AMVCA Africa's Magic Viewer Stories Award for this year 2025. You were nominated for the best director, and you're sharing that category with Femi Adebayo Tijani. For you, come May, do you think that you have what it takes to win that category with the number of people that you've been you were paired with for that category?
Well, to be sincere, I am very sure of myself, and I think if people around you can tell you they appreciate what you're doing, and I think you are worth giving the kudos.
True.
Okay, let me use it. You are worth giving the kudos.
Kudos.
I don't know.
So because I think at this point, I'm supposed to be given the award.
Okay.
At this point.
When you say at this point, you're supposed to be given the award, I know that there is more to that. It's coming from a particular premise for you to make that statement. So what do you have in mind saying that?
Well, what I have in mind is, when you start
Yeah.
a particular business, you don't expect that business to grow immediately.
Yeah.
So it is not 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago that I started directing. At least we're going to look at it, it's like 18, 20 years ago
Mm-hmm.
that I ventured into directing,
Directing.
not the industry. Because I did not join the industry as a director. I joined as a dancer.
As a dancer.
Dancer.
Yeah.
Wow.
I joined as a dancer. So from there I graduated to be a production designer.
Wait, when you say dancer, is it hip hop dance?
No.
Cultural dance.
Cultural dance.
So you can dance.
Yeah, I do more off stage.
Like the Awade.
Yes, now.
You can fakbajo. Oh my world.
TV dance.
Okay.
A lot of dance that I can do. So I love dancing. So that was what really prompted me to join the industry. That was if I'm not mistaken, 1999. 1991.
1991.
Oh.
Yes.
That's a long
I joined.
time.
So I crossed from dancing to production design, from production design to director. So, when I joined, I never thought of going after any award. So I've done so many that I was even expecting an award there. So, at a point I was expecting it because I felt at least about this industry. And I saw the movies they're giving. I was like, all right, but when you're not being given, then maybe you're not there yet. So the last AMVCA award.
You were nominated to
Yes.
in 2024, yeah. I
So
remember.
I thought I was supposed to be given. Or sometimes you think you are there and you're not there, like I said.
How did you feel when you didn't get it?
But I felt they're telling me to go and do more.
Roll up your sleeves and
Yeah.
do more.
So I went back and although I was given by one award as best director of the year, but I was like, what is really happening with the AMVCA award?
AMVCA.
So, but this year, I think they should know that it is time.
It's time.
Because your work speaks for you. I keep telling people, filmmaking is like footballers. If he's playing well on the pitch, you see. You don't need to go and tell people that he's a good player. We will see what you can do.
Sure.
So likewise filmmaking. So if this movie for like 4 years ago now, from Ageshikole to Jagun to Seven Doors, and if you look at that, well, you should know that for a particular film to change the face of the industry, the directors have done a lot.
Yeah. It's a masterpiece.
So, yeah. So if for the past 4 years you are recognizing the movie, not the director, I don't know what's wrong. If you can say that is the best movie in West Africa.
Okay.
There's a lot to it.
I just wanted the whole AMVCA nomination thing to just be like a breeze pass, because
Yes.
I wanted to go deep into you, your family, your background, and all of that. But since we are already in this AMVCA thing, I can as well just ask this question so that I do not forget. There are people that believe that some actors or filmmakers are not
Worthy.
recognized. They deserve to be recognized, but they are not recognized. They say they are doing so well, they act so well. Like you said, your work should speak for you. And people see these people on screen, they see their works, and they're like, no, this guy should have gotten an award long overdue. Okay, to mention names, someone like Ibrahim Cheta.
Okay.
A whole lot of people believe that this guy is doing so good, so well as an actor. If he's directing, he's good. But a lot of people are waiting to see him get the deserved recognition in Nollywood. You just mentioned the fact that long overdue, you've waited to be, recognized because of your craft. You do it so well, and you get people that tell you, oh, you're doing an amazing job, but you did not get the recognition. You've been nominated, quite a number of times, but especially for the AMVCA, you did not get it. You're being nominated again for this year. So how do you respond to when people tell maybe award organizers that probably there's a bit of politics in there.
Well, I don't know if there's politics in there or
There's
not.
politics everywhere.
I wouldn't say that. You know why? Sometimes your category can go for voting.
Okay.
Okay.
And if your people don't vote for you, how will you get it?
Even the voting of a thing, don't you think it's actually being rigged?
Well, I don't know about that. But what I know most of the times, if your category falls under voting, it is under maybe. But if you have judges that are judging what you do in your category, I expect those judges to know that this is the right person to be given. So if the award is not now going to the right person, I would say there's politics because this is being done by the judges. Now, the case of Ibrahim Chata, I wouldn't say they are not recognizing it. The first question I would ask, is there any movie they've submitted on behalf of Ibrahim Chata to be nominated? You know, you submit your movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what I notice is he has not even been in any category.
Yes.
So, and I don't think they will submit a movie and tell AMVCA that we are submitting this movie for Ibrahim Chata to be under this category. If you have done that, they will definitely pick him to be part of that category, but he might not win, but he will belong to that category. For example, my movie was submitted, and when I submitted, I felt the form of, okay, as a best director. You understand? Yes, I'm part of the category. It does not mean I'm the winner.
No. True.
But at least I've submitted. If I did not submit, my name won't be there.
Yeah.
So the first question is there any movie being submitted on behalf of Ibrahim Chata for a particular category? So that is why I cannot say it's been underrated or not, because I don't know. Even if you did not submit, I don't know.
So you think over the years, no one has actually done that for him?
When did we start submitting our movies for African music? Let's talk about it. Our movies.
Yeah.
When did we, Nollywood Yoruba, started submitting?
A few years.
A few years ago. And how many movies? And in the category of those movies, I've not seen Ibrahim Chata in any of those movies that he really played a major role. Like now, Jagun Jagun 1
Yeah.
is in there.
Exactly.
Just the same. I cannot submit it on this. Ibrahim Chata. I don't know, maybe the two is going to favor Ibrahim Chata or not.
Okay.
If it favors Ibrahim Chata, I can submit that movie on behalf of
Ibrahim Chata.
Latif was the major character in Jagun Jagun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was nominated. So I've not seen even all those movies that they were nominated. I've not seen Ibrahim Chata in those movies to perform. So for now, I won't nail AMVCA award for not acknowledging Ibrahim Chata.
Aside the AMVCA, we have the BON Awards, the City People's Awards. There are quite a number of other awards.
That is the same
And
question that
the
goes.
same
because
thing.
I was at the Bon Award in Kwara State. That gave me best director. Yeah, all those movies shown that I was in the category. Ibrahim Chata was not in the movie. Do you understand? So if I had seen Ibrahim Chata in a movie that I know this movie I've seen it and he played a major role, the first question in my mind is going to be like, didn't they fill in for Ibrahim Chata to be a nominee? So if I find out that and they say he's a nominee, and I'll now say, okay, why did they remove him from that category? Then there's politics. So I'm waiting because I know soon a movie is coming that will submit for AMVCA award on behalf of Ibrahim Chata. If it's worth it, we'll see.
But do you think it's been underrated in the industry?
I don't understand what you mean by underrated.
It's not given the deserved, in your word now, kudos. He's not getting the appropriate kudos for his, craft.
I disagree.
Why?
When I call a Tata to come and work for me, I know his worth. I pay him his worth. That is the first thing. People will appreciate you outside. Apart from those people that are organizing our that, those are the things you people see mostly. That you believe if you don't have this award, you are not being given the recognition.
Yeah.
There are some people out there that don't even make nice. They see him, they recognize him, they give him his kudos.
True.
His kudos.
Kudos.
So, I don't believe you are underrating him in the industry. Maybe what you people are expecting is you want the outsiders to appreciate him more.
Yeah.
And if you want to do that, you have to work towards that from the angle of you push. If you don't submit any movie for a prime charter in the next 10 years, it will not be recognized. It's not that these people go to the market and pick movies. They open their form, you fill in the form, you submit your film.
Okay.
So now imagine I did not submit any of Tope Adebayo's film that is being directed.
Yeah.
So nobody really just Tope Adebayo is really trying what I directed and that move, but they did not give him an award. It's because I've not made a move.
Yeah.
So the first thing, I'm not saying Ibrahim did not make a move, but I don't know if he did or not. So I cannot blame anybody for it.
Okay.
So it has to be kind of preparation meets opportunity.
That's it. You get it right, my lovely sister.
I got that.
You get it.
Kudos.
Kudos to you.
Wait, this episode is not about kudos. Okay, that's well said. I mean, if you do not make the move, you really will not. Sometimes you have to take it.
Yeah.
You're not given. Sometimes you have to just grab it and make it work for you.
Just to back that up, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I said I don't know why it's coming late, but I realize why it's coming late.
Why?
For me. To so many people, they don't know I'm a director.
True.
Because I'm not the kind of person that makes noise on social media. So some people don't even know I'm a director. They thought I'm an actor because of Jennifer's Diary. They see me more on the screen, Jennifer's Diary. But I'm more of a director than an actor. When I tell people I directed Jelly, they go, wow, Jelly.
Really?
Yes. You just said
No, like I'm just saying, like their reaction would be like, really?
I didn't even know that you were the director of Jelly.
I directed Onomi Adanga.
Really?
Yeah. So many. Sontuala Pata. So many. Bejeloko. Like that. But because I don't make noise about myself on social media.
People believe
And
you're just
behind the scenes.
Yes.
People don't get to
People
see
just
you.
believe you're an actor.
Yeah.
So if I had not submitted for AMVCA on Jamu, some people will not even know that
You're a
Tope is the director. of that.
True.
Some people keep seeing me as white.
We there.
Not
Not
a signature.
And you don't really look like I would say a comical actor. If I meet you for the first time, I would not know that you can act comedy.
Yeah, that part of him is eating.
Yeah. Already I'm a shy type. So it's always hard for me. Naturally, when we were together or you were meeting for the first time, I'm a very serious person. I'm a serious type. But I'm a playful person as well. So it's, to me, I don't really understand myself. Maybe I think when I get on stage, I enter the character and I see myself as another person entirely. When I'm directing, I'm a different person. And when I'm acting, I'm a different person. So sometimes, my natural self, I'm a very playful person. I'm a restless person. I love playing. I play football. Any play that is even tough, I like it. So sometimes I switch, I don't understand myself. But I just know that whatever I'm doing, I love to come out in flying colors with it. So I always give it all my best. Maybe that is why when you see me acting a comedy role, you see me as someone that is a comedian totally. And when you see me when I'm directing, you know that boy is somebody who could
This
buy
is
me.
business.
So, well, you know, when people say that, I like sit back and thank God Almighty that, which means they are saying me that what I'm doing it at my best. If somebody can see me and say, why did and I speak English to that person, how are you doing?
Really?
I did able. I no, never believe Kumule so you. Mo lọ lè wẹ́fà. Ìlọrin mo ti lọ lè wẹ́fà. University of Ilorin kéré wá. And if anybody tells him that I can speak good English, you bet it that never. So I said that means I'm doing it right.
Yeah.
For someone to believe that I don't go to school, it's active by me.
What did you study in school?
I did computer science.
Okay.
Although I traveled around the school going, law school going.
You traveled, like you attended different schools?
Yes, almost we go school to one.
Why?
Please help us through your journey. Your educational journey. I'm interested.
All right. When I was born in Lagos State, Ibutimeta to be precise.
All right.
I attended Tender Age Nigerian Primary School. So when I left Lagos, I went to Ilorin. I did my secondary school in CIS College, Children and Seraphim College, Ilorin. I was a body student. When I left there, I went to Yaba College of Education.
Okay.
Yeah, I did 1 year, just 1 year. They striked. I left it. I love anything tech, so I did elect.
Okay.
So when we striked, I moved back to Ilorin, to the technical college in Ilorin.
Okay.
So I spent 3 years to study electrical engineering. So when I left there, I went to Kwara.
Wait, all the schools you are left in, you did not graduate?
I graduated.
Okay, you graduated at the technical school in Ilorin.
Yes.
But Yaba, you didn't graduate because of the strike.
Yes.
Okay.
The strike ló lé mi kúrò pé àwọn èèyàn máa bá yé mi jẹ mo ti jókòó ọdún kan lé mo ti ń di aládùnmọ́ta tí mo lọ ta kíṣẹ́ẹ̀tì.
Imagine.
So I had to move.
Okay.
So when I finished technical school in Ilorin, I left for Kwara Poly.
Okay.
So in Kwara Poly, I did 3 years course electrical engineering. My own ended there. So when I left, I now went to University of Ilorin to do computer science from 100 level to 400 level. That was where I came up. Yes.
Wow.
So we was up in morning school. Erin. Finally, all these things.
Yeah.
Boys down in theater world.
You are what?
Boys down in theater world.
Okay.
School to everything. Now inside theater, I do action cuts. Assuming I did elect now. Maybe I would have come and cut your light like twice and you gave me 5,000.
So now you mentioned that all these things ended up in the TFL world.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because of the family you're from? Because we know your family, you come from a family of stars. Your father, your brother, and you might even help us out. How many of you guys are in the craft,
industry?
In the industry.
Yeah, the thing is, I would say yes. I ended up in the industry because of my family, but I was not forced into it.
So after going through all these schools, you knew in your mind that
kí n tó parí University of Ilorin.
Yeah.
I had one uncle and he was working with NEPA then. He promised me, because that job was unique. Electrical engineering was unique then. So he promised me my first salary as at then is going to be, I think it was supposed to be 2016. 2016. My first salary is going to be 250K.
Oh,
so
that's
I
a lot.
was really looking forward. And he said I will not go out, I will be in the AC. So I was looking forward for that salary.
Okay.
But like I said, 1991 that I joined the industry as a dancer, I was enjoying myself.
Okay.
I was not after the money. When I told my father I wanted to join, he said I should go and buy the form because I joined his troop. So he now said I have to pay for the form. I said, Daddy, you know, and you know, Elaba Yayi Kelebo.
Business author, family author.
And that form then was 5,000 naira.
Okay.
So, mostly paid.
Mm.
So, when someone started going to, I was enjoying it. So, when stage was going, I did stage. I went to Gunde, True.
Yeah.
We staged Lokum together, we toured round, we did Yoruba room. I was just enjoying myself. And I was going to school at the same time. Sometimes we have all day like this. I'm rushing home. So after then, stage was not really moving again. Everything that you film.
Yeah.
So we are getting useless. And I was seeing myself that I'm useless. So I decided to go to location with them one day. And I picked a particular department that, okay, I like anything creative. So I joined the department of creativity, which is the set production and set design. Because you need to be creative.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was learning and I was doing it. Still going to school. So when I finished that, when I graduated from production designing, I started collecting jobs for myself. While I was in school, I get paid. It's in Bo. It's in Bo. They did. You did make sense. They go to go in 7,000, 5,000. But you know, you being paid.
It has a lot of
While
value
in
saved then.
And I was in school. That is in Fumilo, one is in Fumilo.
So you're a rich kid who went
Yeah.
to school.
So by the time I finished my university, I had to produce a movie of my own,
Whoa.
Interesting.
That's big.
which is Fitila then. So the film came out 2016 when I finished. It was part 1 and 2. Part 1 came out 2016. I was 7, 2017. Part 2 came out. So I had a lot of money. So when I finished my service year, coming back to the industry, I have money for my business already. So I started producing. I produced the Bilewa. I started producing, getting money. So I did not even think of any other job that I want to go for. You know, you have a job already that is
Yeah.
fetching you money.
Yes.
So that was how I found myself in the industry. It's not that my father said you must, but it's because why I said it's because of my family. Is because as soon as my father is not in the industry, I would have joined.
Yeah, the
That's
platform
true.
was there already. for you.
So it is because of that family I joined, and you know, with God's support and my father's support and my mom, I was able to put down my feet in the industry and say, I think this is what doing to fit my family. Yeah.
You know, some people will consider you as a privileged child because they will say you didn't lobby for scripts, you did not fight.
It's
for
a lie. I
roles.
lobby.
Are you sure? I mean, the name Adebayo, Adebayo Salami. If the name Adebayo Salami should open doors for you in the industry.
My sister, let me tell you this. Adebayo Salami have a lot of children.
Yes.
Okay.
Our firstborn is not in the industry. I will tell people, why do you want to call Tope Adebayo to come and direct your movie? Because he's Ogabilo's son. Why can't you call Wale Adebayo to come and direct it? Our firstborn. It is because I know how to do it. That's why you're calling me. And I don't know how to do it. I learned it. And if you're learning something, you know what you go through before you can do it.
Yes.
I slept inside the bus for days. Location bus. I had my berth outside the hotel early in the morning for like 15 days while I was struggling to learn. What did Jamie Bole and location bus? The pay and it was my father's production.
Really?
The PM said, then I was learning production design. Because I was not the main man. And they entered, there was still space. The PM locked the door, and my father's car was behind. So they moved. My father drove and wind down. Tope, okay. I didn't wind up. They moved, and I was like, follow them.
He didn't allow you to enter his car?
No.
Why?
I think it's part of the training.
Okay.
Because if I had gotten it, I guess if I've gotten it on the platter of gold, I wouldn't have know the word of what I'm having. So when I joined Ogunde, I'm not by I was sleeping in an uncompleted building.
An uncompleted building.
Yes. In
Why?
Ososa. I went to buy mattress. We dropped it. There was no light there. Pan on off your window. What are you saying? I was like, mother, we go post at a married back from Lagos to Ibadan under that bridge when you're traveling.
Yes.
To Ibadan, to Ilorin, to Ife. I was the one that always placed those posters, most of it.
Really?
Yeah. But the poster at Evita.
So we can call you a poster boy.
That time if I toast you, don't go green because starch does scatter my face that time. So it is not my privilege. Although, definitely when I get somewhere for audition, and they say, okay, Ogabelo's son is here. There's always one privilege. Let him come in.
The advantage.
Then present. That is the advantage.
Yes.
Then present what you have.
Okay.
If you're good enough, pick you.
Iṣẹ́ tíátà àní iṣẹ́ bọ́ọ̀lù ní bó bá mọ̀ ọ̀gbá wọn ò yọ ọ́. So privilege ni kankan o. Ìyàwó àmì
But there are some people whereby they are not good enough, but they still give them room.
Yes. Because you won't start and be good immediately.
Okay.
You keep trying, pushing, training you.
Mm.
Femi was not this good when he started. But he was learning on the job. Would that be when you handle your camera, your phone, always you keep discovering new things on that phone. But when you use it today and drop it, the next 5 days you pick it again. You won't go beyond where you are. That is filmmaking. You might not be that good. But if people see potential and you're ready to move in you, they will keep using you, pushing you till you hit the point.
Mm.
And that is why it's because people are running for those things now. We don't have new upcomings.
Mm.
You want to do it perfectly and you go. Then you will not try any new person. You go for a ready-made actor. Because I don't have time to waste. But if I've been Femi on this set, I can tell Femi what to do under 5 minutes and he's going to do it to me. What if I bring a new face
Material.
I will be there for like 2 hours. The producer cannot wait. He still needs money. So we still need to push people. So those people that they are pushing, I'm guessing they are trying to bring out something new. It's not easy. Although you will see something like, try. One day,
Okay. I have this question here. Because when you ask people that are very good at their craft and you ask them how it all started for them, they always have this story of, oh, I suffered. Oh, I not suffer, money suffered, like suffered training.
Mm-hmm.
I did this, my boss will send me this, I wasn't thinking of this and all of that. And you just mentioned the fact that the new upcomings that we have now, they are not that same material of actors back then. Is it because the new upcomings now do not want to pay the price of that you guys paid when you were starting your journey? You know, this old Gen Z and all of that. Everybody just wants to be a star. Nobody wants to go through the rigor training.
Yes, it is because people don't want to go through the rigorous training because, number one, are you going to change for life?
Mm.
I said when I started, I joined as a dancer. Can you dance version of filmmaking?
Nah.
So I don't expect, because I went through that. I see, man, okay. Except we want to focus on stage. Tell those days we mixed 2 things together. Even in university, those 2 things are theater arts performance and film performance. In university, what they do is this: you go to theater arts department. Theater arts tells us more about stage performance, not filmmaking. They are 2 different things. But those days, akopo. But now, I hate to change. Filmmaking are on your face. So when you are going through filmmaking, is another dimension entirely. You cannot stress people the way you stress people on theater. on stage performance. So, what change? Normally, we have to blend to it. But, like you said, all this Jay-Z, whatever, they are lazy. I'm sorry to say this, they are lazy. They just believe I will get there and I'll become a star. Even if you have a manager company, what is serve go to the post here. But they don't always put it at the back of their mind that they are coming to serve. What they are coming to this, I'm coming to be a star. No. So if you have that in your mind, definitely anything they are putting you through, they will see it as stress. Ibrahim Chatta will tell you when he was still serving as PA, production assistant. They have said he's very old. Yeah, they have sent him to go and buy food for Ronke Oshudioke. Because Ronke Oshudioke was the name of the moment at that particular time. And nobody knew Ibrahim Chatta. Which Babalo Jeff is older than her. Because they've not discovered him then. Me and Ibrahim Chatta, we slept in the same room for years. About one location of appear upon me. I'm also talk about the story because he's a scriptwriter. Okay. I'm on story come. As a story from that hour, so I know the story come. I'm as a story. But when the time comes, people saw him. Everybody's all over him. This is time. Opportunity to express.
Yeah, room wasn't built in a day.
But all our agencies, call upon Ubomi Walason, but it's stressful. What you have to do is you need to serve. You cannot just be there. No, it's not done. I don't know any company, I don't know any way, I don't know any work. You have to go through it. It's normal. And we told the president to go, they did the president. So what are we talking about? But all these people, they want fast money. They want to make fast name. And that fast name, if you make it fast, then you drop fast. Because you don't have the proper training. And if you don't have the normal routes, standing routes, then you fall. Your tree will fall. We are having that problem in the industry. Seriously. Only 1 million Shibokasi. That is the truth.
Yeah.
Latif ti ṣe kọjá.
As Latif added to me.
Yes. Òun náà ti present kọjá. Mo ṣe teacher. But all those experience, lè máa fi máa act tó bá di pé fẹ́ act. The way you speak, you need to talk. People must hear you clearly. Your expression, you need to listen. You are getting it from here. Kò possible kẹ́ fẹ́ act, your presentation will be different from another presentation. Because you had this experience. Yeah, but all experience you had to this set your behind.
All right, amazing. Before Heritage comes in, I would just like us to go back to the Seven Doors, that series. Seven Doors. It was the rave of the moment last year. I mean, everybody just started. It came out December, yeah. And when people watched and people started giving their reviews, and everyone started watching, and everyone was like, "No, this series is wonderful." I, for one, was like, "Okay, why is it in a series? Why not just a movie? Why do they have to put it in series and all of that?" Before I watched, and I can tell you, when I watched, I was drawn to it. I used to say this thing all of the time. I've told different people that I was drawn to it by the story, because it was a fusion of love, sacrifice, before the old ancestral lineage curses and all of that. I, for one, was drawn because of the love. I mean, the love between Chioma's character and Femi Adebayo's character, and how she stayed through with him through thick and thin, even when he was expected to marry 6 more wives. That was the deal breaker for me. I was like, no, I knew I pushed you to taking to go and take the authorship throne and all of that,
Yeah.
but not at this cost. Like me sharing the king with 6 other people,
It's a whole lot.
it was a whole lot. And I knew, after watching that series, I knew that this series is going to back like awards. I knew. But when the AMVCA nominee list came out and I saw 11 nominations for $7, I was like, ooh, that's huge. So when that movie came out, did you think that it was going to get the buzz that it got and this number of nominations? And of course, obviously, hopefully rather, in May, you guys are also going to pack the award too.
Yeah. Well, I knew that it was going to be like that. Yeah, because when we were filming, our last project before 7 days was Jagun Jagun.
Yes.
Now, we set the ball rolling, and before we went for 7 days production, there was no movie that superseded Jagun Jagun. So it's now a challenge.
What do we do?
We
That is
set us,
better.
how do we break it? Because we must not do anything that's
Lesser.
So I had to go back on your story, sit down, and the challenging part of it is we are now shooting drama. Jam Jam was action.
Yeah.
And action, everybody like and the most difficult script to interpret is drama. Because when it's too dull, too boring, people will stand up from it. So I want to use drama to beat action. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So when we started everyday shoot, I keep pushing and I keep asking myself from the production that have I beat Jagun Jagun? The first 5 days, I asked my crew, I said, Bow. We keep asking ourselves.
Yeah.
Second week, Ati Nsumani Ati Bow. Wow. And we have 2 months
For production.
The third week,
What's this one?
But the fourth week, I said it's money. I didn't know that. Some people said no. Some people said
yes.
I said, okay, what if I debate by? For the fact what if I debates, I didn't know. I take marry now. So by the time we finished, I went to the studio to do the animation. And friend me called me, talk about the shit. Jagun Ben.
Yeah.
He said, really? I said, yes. Jagun Ben. So when he watched it, he said, Jagun Ben. So I knew for people to accept Jagun, and I felt I've done something to beat Jagun, then the acceptance should be more than
That of Jagun.
Yes.
So I knew it was going to be like that. But it's just that I never knew it was going to be that much. Because at a point, audience jẹ́ kí mi náà lọ ronú padà. Pé ó fẹ́ dà pé 7 dollars ń bè mí gangan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because audience, also the prayer points.
Yeah.
I was not.
All the curses that
Yeah,
my
super, super
parents.
people.
I actually felt like the suspense from the beginning was much, which was Tope Adebayo actually deleted everything on his Instagram page. And people were like, what's going on? Then instead of uploading, imagine someone that has a lot of things on his Instagram and not deleted everything just because someone was like, what's going on? Even the PR were like, blogs were like, what's going on?
The doors one by one.
Number one, like, and when it gets just released, like, it blew everywhere. Like, no, this, because I cried.
You cried.
I cried.
Oh, thank you.
No, Chioma. Chioma.
Yeah, emotional.
Honestly, I cried.
I mean, I did not cry.
I
I
did.
was cut out to
Ah,
cry.
no, I did.
Yeah.
I was cut out to cry.
Okay.
No, but it was a movie that was very emotional. I tell people my best characters were Chioma's character. That's
Number
the queen.
one.
I loved the character of Isusu.
It's just- yeah.
Loved that guy. He killed that role. And Muyiwa Ademola's role too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are I would say those are my three.
Let me
best
just say it's a
characters.
masterpiece. Everybody did
but
so well.
That I think this question should have been directed to Fem. But then, since you're a director on the movie, what informed the choice of Chioma for that character?
Yes, what we're trying to do is we're trying to talk about culture.
Okay.
We need to understand that where there is love, that is where there is growth.
Yeah.
So when we were writing the script, we were thinking, okay, Nigerian tribes, there are like three tribes in Nigeria.
Mm.
We can come together as one so that we can have progress in our country. So how do we preach to people that let's come together as one?
Yeah.
So we started from, okay, let's assume the replication is our president is a Yoruba person, and is marrying an Igbo person.
Mm. Yeah.
So even if the husband is having the interest of the other tribe, the woman from the other tribe is going to be having the interest.
Okay. I love the coronation ceremony where we had the Yoruba thing and Chioma had to bring her own Igbo people and how they
If you look at
displayed
it,
that.
the hand too, they come in support of that king to support
Yes,
to
at the
the
support.
end.
spiritual powers.
Yes.
Because
So that
they
is
are all
what we really
one.
need.
Yeah, true.
And we're at a point in our country where we are being divided,
That is the major point.
ethnic divide, religious
We
divide.
don't need it. We are all humans.
Yeah.
Look, everything goes together. Either you're Igbo, Yoruba, one day you will die.
Sure.
Sure. You will eat.
Mm.
You will sleep. You
True.
will wake.
Yeah.
Either you speak Igbo or you speak my language that I created. You will have to do, we are going to do pass through the same
thing,
process.
yeah.
So why can't we see ourselves as one? Just because we don't speak the same dialect? So you are better off me. No.
Mm.
So that is what we're trying to do, to bring the unity. And even before the film came out, some people started saying, when the teaser was out, some said, gbọ́dọ̀ ti rí ọba Yorùbá tó fẹ́ ọba Igbo kò sílẹ̀ Yorùbá kan tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ni. On Twitter,
Yeah.
people were start saying jargons. Okay, have you even seen the film?
That's not realistic.
Have
It's
you
not
seen the film?
reality.
Meanwhile, we even have Yoruba's king that did exactly the same. Ẹni yóò tiẹ̀ tí wàá jọba kó tó má rí ṣe nígbà tó wàá jọba ṣe kó léyàwó ẹ̀ lọ ni.
Exactly.
So okay, if the recent Oba of Oyo gets married to a white person before he becomes king, so he has to send that woman off.
Oh.
That woman will remain.
The Olori.
Yes. So, but when the film came out, nobody could talk because they saw the breach.
Yeah.
So that was exactly what brought the idea of Chioma. We need to come. Even if you look at it, this guy came, an outside guy came to invest.
Yes.
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 So we are trying to say, you can come. Let's be one. I don't know if we are going to have a series 2, if you guys want it.
Are you going
We
to give us a
want.
series 2?
I don't know if you guys want
We
it.
want.
Ask you, is there going to be a series
Yes.
2 for?
According to that movie, do you think there's supposed to be series 2?
I
I
think
mean, there's
supposed to
nothing
be.
impossible that Femi Adebayo can do, and you also can do. So I mean, you guys can bring up something
Yeah,
else.
fully my get legs.
No, I'm not pulling your leg, but it's the truth.
No,
We are
what?
giving you your kundus.
Let's see that same there's going to be series 2.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Okay, so for Jago Jagun, I listened to or I read your interview where you said that it took a lot from you, especially maritally, because you didn't have time for family and all of that. Now, you are still the director. You directed Seven Doors, which you said you wanted it to be a notch higher than Jago Jago. That means for $7, the production of $7, you put much more than you did in Jago Jago in $7.
Yeah.
So how were you able to manage, the marital area that you did not have the challenge you had in Jago Jago now in $7?
But you want to
Oh yeah, share your one now.
Ojoojúmọ́ là ń gbọ́.
Oh yeah.
Is it Ogbon Sodiki now? It's Ogbon Waidi.
Ti Waidi ni.
Waidi lele.
What happened was, Jago Jago was the first of its kind, so it was a very big challenge.
Okay.
But $7 was challenging more than Jago
Jago
Jago.
Jago.
Well, when I went through Jago Jago one, I got some experience. And so what I did was, okay, my wife, now I want to do this job. They're going to give me a week free. I'm going to travel out of Lagos. I'm going to my village, my hometown. So I locked myself up
When you say locked yourself up.
in my family household, not
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was indoor for a week, working on the scripts, no disturbance. So when I finished, that I knew that we were going to have like 2 months production, 2 months shoot. I told my wife. So we scheduled it. Weekends, she comes with my baby to say hi to us in the production.
Wow.
So she's part of the production too. So she see the way we do it. And we have rest days.
Okay.
So those rest day, they come over, we be together. So they don't really have that feeling
That you're away.
like yeah. So I was able to manage it. Although presently now, they understand the job now. So,
So that's your Ogbon Waidi that
Mhm.
you did.
No, they're part of the whole production, but in spirit.
so
They are part of the whole production, but in spirit.
yes, in
No.
spirit. Because they are, sometimes when they touch your body, touch
Mhm.
creativity comes.
Okay, so for me, there's a whole lot that goes on in movie, and one of the things I actually want to ask is why do they give roles to people and they feel this person is not good enough, but there's this preference to it? It's actually 2 questions, but yeah. Firstly, they will give you a role and they know you're not good to it. They'll be like, okay, Pablo, maybe you can slip your way to it.
Hey, you know what?
Why?
If any producer does that, then does not know what he's doing or she's doing. The way I was trained, the first thing my father taught us is never compromise. 2, there's no sentiment in casting.
No sentiment
No
in casting.
sentiment. Do you realize Femi can play the role of Latif in Jago Jago?
It's versatile.
But he insisted that no, it's my movie. Yes, it's Femi Adebayo's movie, but I'm not playing that role. I want somebody else to play it. Before we picked Latif for that role, it was all up and down. But finally, okay, because of them, okay, Latif.
I think he killed that role.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Femi could have done that role perfectly. But because we felt Latif would do it better, that is what we call sentiment in casting. So, if a producer has done that, then he does not want his progress. Because people will watch that film and say, this would have been better if someone else has played this role.
True. Yeah, I've seen
So
scenarios
it's
like that.
affecting the producer. Why are you damaging yourself? When you know you can do something better, people appreciate you more. We have people that can play the role of a Susu that are stars. But we felt this guy has it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put Gabriel there. He wants to play it
He will.
perfectly. He will. But this guy too has it. And I love the guy's height
Yeah.
for that character.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You understand? So, let's try him. He's an actor. So many people does not even know that that guy is in Jago Jago 1.
Yes.
He played a prominent role in Jago Jago 1.
What was his character?
He was part of those 3s afford macaroni and
Okay,
Oh,
true,
wow.
true,
Was a
true.
third person?
yes, now.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't notice. I mean, I remember Mr. Macaroni. I remember Kulea Ford, but the third person,
It was
I
the
Yeah,
third
didn't.
person.
because he
I
wasn't
really,
that
I
popular.
really didn't know the third
Who was
person.
the third person? So, you know, we did not have sentiment because we want something better, we want a good result. So anybody that does that is killing himself. It's not right. I won't advise anybody to do that because I want to do it. My father has produced a lot of film. When he did, I remember when he did Okunfa. We are talking about a responsible father, which Bello can play perfectly. I said, yes, I can play it. But I see somebody better than me.
Mm.
Ah, better than you? Yeah. We now said, you said Olu Jacobs.
Okay.
He's the producer of the movie. He went for Olu Jacobs. He can keep his money that wants to give Olu Jacobs in his pocket and play the role. And the role is going to push him more. But he felt, if I want a good production, better one, this person is better than I. So let me just put that person. He paid the money. And Uncle Olu Jacobs said it that you are a producer that I respect. Because what Olu Jacobs can play then, Ogabilo can play it then. But he still left it. And Olu Jacobs gave us that vibe we needed. He said, emotionally, Olu Jacobs is, I need this emotion.
Mm. Yeah.
So, any good producer will not compromise. Casting, don't put sentiments. You put sentiments, spoil your production. Because
All right, since we're joining this line, 2 questions from me. Number 1 is talking about producers that wear so many professional hats in their production. That is, the producer will be, he will be the director, he will be the scriptwriter, he is the lead actor, he did the soundtrack. Like, he's wearing like 6, 7 professional hats. I'm bringing this question because I have always asked people why. Like, can't you just pick one and let someone else handle the rest? I know the issue of funds also play a role, but then don't you think rather that it does not hamper the quality of Nollywood production, where you see the same person doing 5, 6, 7 things in his production, in his or her production?
yeah, let's be sincere.
Okay.
You cannot be everywhere.
Okay.
It's going to affect. I keep telling people, the worst you can do on a good production is to play 3 roles.
Hmm.
You can be the producer. You can be the major actor. You can play the major role. You can be a supporting director at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Why I said this is, you might have, like me, some people know me to be an actor. I might decide to play the lead of my film, and I'm a director.
Okay.
But I can never be the major director of that set.
Yes.
Okay.
Why I will tell you I'm a supporting director or assistant director is because I can share my idea with the director, my view. As a producer, I'm the owner of the film. Definitely as a director, when I'm writing my script, I'm having my picture. So I can pour that picture into the director's mind. So be on the same page. And I play my role at heart. So, but sometimes, while doing it, you can still suggest. So that is the only thing you can do. But if you are telling me, you are the major actor, you are the major director, you are the producer, you are the live producer, you are the one that is going to go to the studio.
Set designer.
It is only your picture everybody will be seeing. A film is different people's picture. That is why one person cannot produce a movie. You need a lot of people. A single artist, musician, can produce a album.
Yes.
Tope Adebayo, for example, is going to take this auto. Is going to take this.
Yeah.
She's going to do the chorus herself.
Mm.
So she can produce a track. Just only her. But in filmmaking, you cannot be everything. It's not possible. And that is why you have people, so many people watch the film and see different picture. Because your picture is involved, your picture is involved, my picture is involved. You as a costumier, your picture is involved. So somebody that loves costume will be seen from the angle of costume. That is from your own mind. So somebody that loves makeup, look the film from the angle of makeup, and that is the makeup's mind that person is reading. So you will see different mind in filmmaking. But if it is only you, then if the makeup artist is saying, that movie is going to be seeing you. And the director is going to be seeing you. So the creativity will be limited.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to affect the production. Know how.
Okay. Also, let's talk about this silent war between scriptwriters and directors, because I have seen this play out, and I've also asked people because I write scripts, but small scripts.
I go right.
I write scripts.
And you go pay.
Of course, you go pay now.
Nothing for free.
So I have seen a situation where I write this script. This is what I have. I have the story already. You've told me the story, and I write this script. I have what I have, a mental representation of how I want it to play out. So I write the scripts in one, this, that, and I give it to the director. And the director, of course, will be the person on set to bring it to life, to tell the actors, this is what I want, this is how you should bring out the script. Now you see directors, some changing what the scriptwriter has written, some even removing scenes, some removing words. And scriptwriters are like, this is my work. This is my craft that you are rubbishing. Why would you remove such things that I feel should be in the film? You're removing it because you are the director. So you are a director. I don't think I'm attacking you, am I?
No. You just want to know more about it.
Yes. And why do you do that?
I want you to defend your colleagues.
Okay, I would defend my colleagues.
And you defend yourself.
My craft. Number one, when a writer is writing, you are writing from your mind as a writer. You are not writing for the output of that production.
Okay.
When you write novels, you read and imagine what you're reading.
Yes.
But when a director is reading the scripts, directors read to see the output of a movie, how the movie is being placed, not your imagination.
Okay.
If you write a script, you have an imagination.
Yes.
But when a director is reading and wants to direct, is directing according to the output of that movie, the master of the movie.
Okay.
Now, let me talk about seminars. For example, we have the scriptwriter. The scriptwriter is also a director.
What is that?
Tijani.
Okay.
We are together on the set. And if I say, I want to remove this scene, like, you got to have a scene. Okay, accepted. But this scene is going to water the pace of my film. The message you were about to pass it, add it to the message being passed here. So I'm thinking of this scene.
Okay.
Because me, I'm talking about the output, the end result. One of those things that made you guys enjoy 7 Doors was because the pace was not slow. Everything was just pam, 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 pam. And writers, they want to enjoy people saying their lines.
Yes.
And when you talk too much, people get bored.
Okay.
Like now, you cannot sit down and watch a drama of 15 minutes. They are still talking on 2-3 scenes. No. You will stand up and do something else. But we don't want you to stand up. So you must limit what they say. That is why some directors will just cancel some lines.
Okay.
We are even used to it, most especially our Yoruba sector. When when you want to pass a message, you can use like 2, 3 different adage
Yes.
before you say the
The
key
message.
points. People are not ready to wait. Remember, it is not only Yoruba, not only Nigeria we are making film for. We are making film for global audience. In their line there, they don't want, it's the point that let's go. So this, the director must know this. If not, you waste your time shooting many scenes, and at the end of the day, when you get to the edit, you remove them.
I heard there were some scenes that were removed for $7.
Yes. And if you get to the studio, if I remove it, can the script writer come and fight me there?
No.
You won't. You just be playing in your house, you call off your house. But the truth is, if the director is doing that, he's not trying to spoil the movie. He's trying to create a soft landing for that movie. And there are some scenes, man, so I mean, our writer, what my movie got in script, we want to find out what a moneskin or one year, why am I color? Too many scenes is not needed. It is moving object. You don't need to sit down and start talking. You not see my movie and you sit down like this and talk for long. Naturally, naturally, it is because you don't want to get bored on one position.
You're talking about the attention lifespan of humans, very, very short.
So that is what most directors that knows what they are doing. It is right for director to hear the scene, to remove lines for the betterment of the production. But you look at your sleepless nights that you use to write. It's not that. I'm not being. It will happen. We shot so many scenes in 7 Doors that we did not later use.
Why?
Because it does not make up edits. There are some scenes we shot in Damidamuto that was removed as well. So if we are wasting our time, we're wasting producers' money to shoot that scene. Now, in fact, there was a scene we shot for 2 days. The whites we brought, we paid them per day, nothing less than 1 million per day. And we had like 5 whites on the set. And we shot that scene for 2 days. And I got to the studio and I removed it.
Wow.
Yes. And I wrote it, we're not seeing you. And it should make sense in my mind. Hello, fine. Script like that. Sing, yeah, fine. It's not about fine. Does it meet up the pace of my movie? It does not. Timothy Simon, we drop a root talk. We'll office you to me. So that is it.
All right.
I'm not trying to rubbish your work. No, don't use that word. No, we are not rubbishing your work.
Okay. Explanation taken but not accepted.
Okay.
Really?
Because I know it's even much. This explanation is very reasonable. I mean, the rationale you just pointed out is very reasonable. But then sometimes it's not that.
The director should not just remove scene. It will rub minds with you, make you understand that this is why I'm removing the scene. Baratijani is a big writer. But when I want to remove the scene, I walked up to him. Adebayo, see you in the law. Listen to you in the law. And look at it. If the scene has to remain, he will give me excuse why that scene has to remain. And if I say okay, then I can feel it by. But if I think it's still going, if I shoot it, I will remove it at the end of the day. Then why am I stressing myself shooting it? Wasting my time, wasting my money. So it is not that. You need to understand that is because he has the final picture
in mind.
He has the final picture. I might decide a character I might decide I want to make him a deaf person. Deaf and dumb.
On set.
On set, the creativity can come. The creativity can come at anytime. Then you not like that is the problem. Meanwhile, that creativity is going to make that production better. But you look at that draw director you da.
Exactly.
It is not like that.
Yeah.
It is not all directors. I don't know what they are doing.
Okay.
You can say some. Well, in the first place, why will you give your script to somebody that is not capable? If you come as your director, definitely you know I'm capable. So you should trust my decision.
All right. I trust your decision. We'll go for this short break. When we come back, we'll speak to the money side of filmmaking and also some other juicy details in the Nollywood Nigerian film industry. The move a muscle. FLUX360 will be back. Welcome back. It's still FLUX360 right here on FLUXI TV, and you're still chilling with Evelyn Ohiole and, of course,
Heritage.
Yeah. And in the studios, we have been speaking, chatting, having a very sweet conversation with talented actor, director, and producer Tope Adebayo, son of the veteran and I guess a legend Adebayo Salami, popularly known as Oga Bello, and his brother to the his brother to the award-winning Femi Adebayo. I mean, see, stars surround you. I asked you a question the other time and you did not answer. I said, how many of you are in the industry?
We are like 6.
One
6.
who?
Mm-hmm.
Can you mention them?
Yeah, Femi Adebayo, Tope Adebayo, Sodiq Adebayo, Ridwan Adebayo, Akim Adebayo.
So what do they do?
All right. Femi is an actor, producer, director. Ridwan Adebayo is an editor.
Okay.
Yes, I edit most of our films. And Tope Adebayo is a director, actor, producer. Sodiq Adebayo is a producer and a production manager. He's the one managing all our production.
Okay.
Police production does, because production does. So Akim Adebayo is an actor, but he's not a constant actor. He likes acting, but he's busy sometimes. And my lovely sister, Laura Adebayo, she's an actress too, but once in a while she acts. She loves acting. She does before she got married. So when she got married, her husband reduced and moved to the city as well. So those are the. I have not 6 like that.
Yeah. Then there's one girl of them all. Your dad.
Ogamelu.
Yeah.
That man.
He said that man.
That man really tried.
Was it not that taught you directing?
I would say yes, but I never knew I was learning directing. He is a director. He directed the Burelemo show, then so when he directs, then I was a production designer. I sit beside him after setting up the set, and I sit beside him at the monitor, so give directives like that. So I watch him, but I never knew I was studying him. So the only person that discovered me when I went outside to go, because I never thought I wanted to be a director. No, it was not in my mind. So I went for a production like that, El Neo, by Yemi Amodu, who was the director. So I've been working with him for years, and that's the production. He left and he went to get more fun because we had extra days on set. In fact, extra weeks on set. So he went to look for more funds. So he told me to keep pushing the production. So I started directing and keep going like that. He came back the last day. We were almost done. So we finished the production. When he got to the studio, just called me. Come here. I was scared. So when I told him, I said, "Oh, Moto Shele. Surely production designer, we said to me, I'm recording.
Wow.
What is in you is much more than production design. You have to be a director."
Sherry.
Yeah. director. They won't call that director. I laughed at him and I left. So since then, Chomba Tibashe come and insist company as assistant director.
Wow.
The next production I went, I was discovered again by Ojupagogo.
Okay.
He was directing our production design. So I did, he now said I should go and do the blockings. I gave the blockings to the actors and I asked him, but boy, don't do we pronounce that as director. Oh, you she said him director.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not like, Kilo, I'm not like that when you're telling go on. I don't go to myself. Daddy, she said you can direct. Ìbàdàn la wà yá bi. Ẹ̀rín dáàdì mi á tó láti fi sí Ìlọrin. Yẹ̀yẹ́ yẹn gangan ni bó ṣe rẹ́rìn ni wọ́n wá stop. And that is why I will never forget Tope Adebayo. She was there. Èmi Faith Afẹ́mi Sadi daddy 5 months. She tell me, daddy, don't worry no. Àwọn tó rí ọmọdé tó ń sọ fún Nàìjíríà tí ẹ̀mí ọmọdé is a big director. To be so pé ọmọdé in this case, I just can support them. And Faith had 5 production because of what that she wants to do there. That's a top level in Margaret man. I was like, yes. I directed it. When the first movie came out, I blew as a director. Everybody was like, who directed this movie? This director is mad. I was like,
What movie was that?
Belaga.
Okay.
The third movie was
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody were like,
That's Faith Balogun.
yes.
Yeah.
So from there, my father now called. Now give me some books to go and read. You try. Try. But before that I would try, it was his production.
Okay.
We did Attack Pakomeka, I think was there, Femi was there, so we were shooting. The director fell sick, so he couldn't come for that production. But Abilu took over, but the strength was not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So the next morning, we wanted to start praying. He woke up late. But before he slept, he said, well, talk to you about director, you're doing. Let's see what you can do. So the next morning, before he woke up, we started working. I was shooting, I was directing, so I was in control. I never knew he has arrived. He was looking at me from behind. I was giving to a team scientific. I finished that scene. And after something out of me, that it is. I'm not there. I'm looking at me.
Continue. Wow. Must be a proud father.
Director Tope.
So let's get into the business of filmmaking. Cinema movies and movies on streaming platforms. Which one do you think, are more profitable?
Profitable.
Yes.
Do you say profitable?
Yes.
Everybody knows cinema is not profitable.
Why?
So why do they rush to cinema?
Well, at this point, let me talk about myself.
Okay.
As a businessman, to me, cinema is not profitable.
Why?
I know it for others.
Why?
So let me talk for myself. All right, when you make your movie, you go to distributor. And when you show your film, you are going to get a percentage. Maybe 60, 40, 70, 30. You produce the movie, you want the movie, you must have, you might have spent like more than 20 million on the production. And when the game is coming, you are taking 70%. The distributor that is giving it out to market is going to collect 30%. Alright? Then when the distributor takes it to the cinema, the film, you go to film one is going to have their own 30%. Film one takes it to all the cinemas all over Nigeria. The cinema will tell you, okay, first week you have 60, you have 40, second week you have 55, you have 45, third week you have 50, you have 50.
Really?
Yes. And now they remove VAT,
Everything.
the normal tax, everything is going to be removed. And after the movie that they now submit, they give you your share. It is your own share. Film one is going to have their own percentage, 30%.
Ooh.
So I would say profitable.
So why do we still see producers who, I mean, if you go to the cinema now, in fact, we have more Nigerian movies on in the cinemas now, back to back. You see everybody doing premieres and all, or what have you. So why do we still have people making cinema releases?
Because we don't have any other platform.
Streaming
But they are online
I
platforms.
will not tell you why. Like 2 years back, a year back, cinema, people are not rushing to cinema like this.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you don't need to take your movie to cinema before you get Netflix and the access. Prime Video was there. Prime Video was there.
Yes.
You buy your film without going to cinema. Earlier this said that Netflix made the announcement that they are pulling out that any movie they want to buy must go to cinema
First.
And you have movies you want to sell to Netflix. And I did not even finish that one of a cinema. We do all the adverts yourself.
Yes.
We even give Film One some amount of money for adverts that we're going to do for you. We're going to pay them. And they're still going to have 30%. So what is their contribution? Doesn't make any sense.
So right now, before a movie is streamed on Netflix, it must have gone to the cinemas
Yes.
before it is accepted on Netflix.
Yes. Because you have to go through their vendor. And the vendor will tell you have to show some cinema.
So that's why we have lots of movies now going to the cinemas.
And the Netflix is telling you, for the fact they show it in the cinema does not mean you are going to buy it.
So it's not
It's
even a
50-50.
guarantee.
It's not a guarantee.
Wow.
And they'll tell you why they say that is you are making more money there. They're not even buying it at the rate which they used to buy.
I know that.
So don't tell me why I should go for cinema. That is why we have some platform coming up now. Like I don't it's not that I'm making adverts. But we have like
Circuit
and then we have like Seco. Seco is coming from UK, I think. They're talking to me. You know, those ones are like okay, they know people want to drop their film without going. You go to cinema, go through a lot of stress. And at the end of the day, what you're getting is pen. Do you know how much you're going to spend for adverts? Giving Film One some millions to do advert for you does not count on the adverts you are doing. If I tell Femi to go to Ilorin to go and do meet and greet for me, am I just going to tell him to go without giving him money for fuel? He's going to sleep in an hotel when he gets there. Why not
He's going to eat.
So now imagine how many people going for meet and greets that I'm going to be paying.
So, you know, all these things that you have said now, just one picture is coming to mind, and that's the whole buzz. Of course, it's an achievement for Funke Akindele. You know, people call her now the queen of cinema
Box
movies
office.
because of what she's doing in the box office. And a lot of people think that she's making a huge amount of money when she celebrated the 1 billion milestone, 2 billion, and all of that. I mean, the picture is just coming to me now. I'm like, so are you saying that all of that money that she's been celebrated, the bars, is not going into her pockets? At the end of the
that's
day,
actually the gross.
at the end of the day, it's just a mega amount that would
Yes.
be.
Yes.
100%. Sure. She will tell you. You know, yes, it's a very good move. She's doing well in the cinema. Yeah, I'm happy for her. She's my sister now. It's I get jealous. But what you guys thought she's earning is not what she's earning. Because by the time they remove their own percentage.
Yeah.
And when you go to let me talk about one. Yeah, ShopRite, and you see a movie maybe for 6,000 naira or so.
7.5.
7.5. You know, in that 7.5, there's money for popcorn
And drinks, yes.
Which means let's say like 2.5 goes to that.
Yes.
5,000 remain. That 5,000, you and the cinema are sharing it together. And after sharing, they remove the VAT, they remove the tax, and the remaining change you go to Film One or wherever distributor that you have to share 70-30. So are you telling me Funke will go with £1 billion?
That's a whole lot.
Amazing.
It's weekend. It's so sudden. So that is why most people, like last year, 2 years ago, they don't even bother going to cinema. What they just do, they do their film, fine film, they sell it on the street, direct. They sell it on Amazon, direct.
But now the limitation is
It's
creating
there.
an issue.
That's it.
So is that why we now have, more people going to YouTube?
Yes. Yes. Because look, initially, Kule Afolayan does not go to YouTube. He wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
But now he's seeing YouTube as a platform that he can tap into.
Okay.
Because I don't think, okay, Kule Afolayan, maybe his film is going to be in cinema or he's in cinema already.
April 18.
April 18.
Yes.
Okay. It's going to
That's tomorrow.
tomorrow. Do you see the big advert? Did he advertise like that? No. I think he's seeing all those things as big stress. Then it's not everybody that has that energy. Now, what they are saying is, okay, if somebody like Ogabelu produce a movie, cinema movie, with his strength, how does he want to do all those adverts? Can he dance?
We're coming to that issue of dance.
Exactly.
We're coming to that issue of dance. But, you're talking about streaming platforms, and you talked about the fact that we have new streaming platforms coming up. I just want to put it out there that very soon, FLUX360 TV also, we are working behind the scenes to ensure that we have our own streaming platform. I mean, our IT guys are on it. We are meeting people we're supposed to meet. So very soon, you mentioned Security, you mentioned FLUX360 TV will join.
Definitely.
FLUX360 TV, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
FLUX360. Now I know of FLUX360 TV, Seago TV, and Circuit.
Thank you.
That's three. So those three, if we have them, what I would just beg audience, our producers is this. Look, if we don't create a platform for ourselves, we won't move. This is an advice to us. And remember, we are the one to create that platform. And how we create that platform is, don't expect those platforms to come at first and start giving you money. No, it won't work. Let's build it together. Okay, if it is per view, you want to attach with, have an agreement of per view. Push your movie. Let them push it as well. So when you have huge amount of viewers, if you have 1 million views, you should be okay as a producer. So not to talk of 2-3 million. So you have to. So when you push it, be on per view. When you are on per view, then you have your money back. Then you are building that platform. Later, if that platform is well started, then they can be paying you ahead. But if you are expecting the way Netflix used to do, pay ahead, you cannot see pay ahead though. So
don't you think they are not crashing cinemas now with that?
You said
Cinemas are going to crash.
they're not going to crash.
So who's going to put their movies in cinema?
A lot of people like Funke will not leave cinema.
True.
Let me tell you, cinema gives one thing. The vibe of cinema is always different.
Yes. Visibility.
You understand? Then there are some movies, they don't have a choice. You just want to see them in cinema. One of my biggest regrets was Jagun did not go to cinema. You understand? But I guess Shukule went to cinema. When he was in cinema, everyone was like, wow. But Jagun, why he did not go to cinema? It was because of the business style of Netflix. They only wanted to get the money. And that was why Jagun was not submitted for Oscar.
Okay.
Because if you are submitting a movie for Oscar, at least it has to do nothing less than 2 weeks in cinema.
Okay. Wow.
Out of the criteria.
Okay.
So cinema is not going to crash.
So is 7 Doors going to be that's it. Yeah. Is it going to be submitted?
It can be submitted. It was not public.
It's cinema. Yes.
So it can't. But I hope Jagun are going to
I love the way you smiled and said it. I mean, this Jago Jagun 2 that is coming, I'm looking forward to it.
Let's anticipate.
I'm really, really anticipating it because
Jagun Jagun 2.
mm, do you want to give us a joker? Do you want to give us
I don't even know what to say about
a
it.
Snoop?
Season.
What I'll just say
little.
about it, expect what you don't expect.
Mm.
I cannot, even, I don't know. I just know that at the Jagun Jagun 1, at the 7 doors, one shady.
Mm.
Yes. And that is the problem you're having right now.
Mm.
Nobody fẹ́ beat.
How do you want to beat 7 doors?
7 doors, báwo? Show wine.
Okay.
Show wine federal.
Okay. I want federal.
Ẹ má jẹ́ pé kò dùn sí fún yín.
Fingers crossed.
Our fingers are crossed. Our fingers are
Wait and
crossed.
see.
We are gradually coming to the end of this conversation with you, and I tell you, I do not want it to end. But then we will not end without actually touching this controversial issue that has been on a few months now, and we've had a couple of actors also wade into this conversation, and that's in how actors are promoting their movies. Some people are not really buying into this dancing of a thing by actors where they use dance to promote their movies. I've heard of Jemima saying, "See, I'm an actor, I'm not a dancer. I'm here to act, so I don't want to dance. So I should not be forced into wanting to dance." I think Jai Kuti also said something in that light too. And we've had actors and celebrities who came to defend and say, "See, this is my product and I'm going to carry it on my head whichever way I want to do it. Even if it means me rolling on the floor, I'm going to do it." As an actor, as a director, as a producer, what's your own take on that?
Well, what is entertainment? That is the first question. Entertainment is showbiz.
Mm.
You show and you do business with it. That is enough showbiz. When you have to showbiz, when you are into showbiz, you are allowed to come up with any creativity of yours to sell your products. Femi decided to wipe everything off his social media
Yes.
because he wants to promote his movie. That is his own gimmick. If my gimmick is people want to see me dance so that they know what I'm selling, I will give them the dance.
You don't think people are doing it too much?
Yes, people might do it too much. You know, that is Nigerian for you. Nigerians generally, when this cup is selling, everybody moves there to sell cup.
Exactly.
Yes.
Somebody started it. Some people take it. I don't think Femi decided not to dance for his own movie. Someone else took and did the same thing Femi did. But they are not saying it as a unique way of passing their message. So you cannot tell anyone how to promote his or her movie. Maybe if Funke stop dancing, people will miss that. And he knows, and she knows. You won't tell her to stop dancing. You won't say because Femi danced, Tope danced, Funke should now stop dancing to promote the movie. No. Now, it is you will know, is what I'm doing stupid? And my audience, you have to check your audience. Are they tired of my dancing?
Mm-hmm.
If they are tired, then you move on to the next. But if they are still enjoying that and you are passing your message across to them, then what? It was like when Jennifer started, it was just Jennifer.
Mm.
We did 1 and 2. Now, because people were enjoying it, she went back to do Return of Jennifer. No.
Yes, Return of Jennifer.
Okay, before the
Yes.
Now, people still wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
She did Jennifer's Diary for years.
Yes.
Now, turning that same concept to Ayetoro Town.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are still enjoying it. If she notices people are getting tired of it, then maybe she can drop it. But so far, people are still accepting it. So you cannot tell anybody in the industry. You don't even have the right to accuse me of how I'm promoting my movie. So far, it's not affecting yours. I'm not blackmailing your products. So I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
If dancer is selling their movie and they think they're gaining from it, let them keep dancing. And the audience is not complaining. I'm your colleague. So why should I complain about yours? For the fact that Tope is having the award of AMVCA as a best director, doesn't mean there's nobody that is better than me. Maybe that person has not had the opportunity to direct a big project. So you don't nail anybody for his art in the industry. No, it's not that.
Okay, so a quick one. I was thinking about your family, and I was thinking, nobody from your family actually married someone in the industry. Why? Is there something to it like, oh, the Adebayo Salami family, we don't want to marry anybody in the industry like our co-actress and all of that? Because you're all married outside. How? Everybody.
Mélòó náà ni wá tàwa industry. Alóbìnrin kan, alọ́kùnrin like 5. And me, maybe because I grew up in Illinois, I like to marry somebody that is a bit religious. So I got my wife around that area, back to Illinois. So, well, our parents has never stopped us from marrying from the industry. It's just that it happens that we did not find somebody that we think. And for me, I don't really like husband and wife to be doing the same profession.
Why?
Because if you guys are on the same profession, if that profession collapsed, all the family has collapsed. If you're an actress, I'm an actor, and the industry collapsed today, who's going to support you until?
Okay, I get where you're coming from.
So, me, even if you're a lawyer, your wife should not be a lawyer. Then, if we are ready, both ready, we want to progress in our professions. You are an artist, I'm an actor. You are an actress, I'm an actor. Now, you are ready for the moment, I'm ready for the moment. How come your location 20 days? How come your party days? I'm afraid of it.
Yeah, but we have people like, what's it called? Staneza and his wife, and a lot of people like that.
I want to know about this. Easy lot to run. Yes, because it is to me on my own theory. I won't advise any family for the wife and husband to do this, to be in the same field. There's always a downtime for that for that field.
True.
So when that field is down, the other field helps the family. That's my own theory.
All right.
Okay.
As you heard, that's Tope Adebayo's story. And it's been a wonderful conversation, we should say. I mean, I've had fun, and I've also had my eyes open to a lot of things in the movie industry.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes,
So one last question, and that is final. This is not like, just tell you when a lecturer tells you, finally. Then
Yes.
finally.
Finally.
So finally this time.
last question.
All right, so finally, as an actor, this is like a fun question for you. As an actor, you were called into a particular movie location, and your dad also is on that movie location, and in the script, you are supposed to slap your dad. Your dad's character, not your dad. I mean, there's an Adebayo Salami in that movie, and he's playing a particular role. You're in that movie, and you're playing a particular role, and the script says you should slap that character, your dad's character. Would you do it?
Before I answer that question, I will give an example.
Okay.
In 7 Doors, I played just a role, just the same.
Yeah.
Ogabele was there. Ogabele said, Omo Aleni. You understand? At that particular time, he was my father. As a professional speaker. And if they asked me to slap my father, I would say,
Your father's character is not your father.
what do you say?
His character.
I slap the character.
You slap the character. Like you will slap.
You will slap him, then behind the scene, after the scene, you will not go and beg him.
No. Because he's a professional to the core. He knows we are working. In fact, my younger brother, Akim, one hat once in a while.
Yeah.
He was part of those people that beats me on that 7 Doors. That tall guy.
Okay.
That's my brother. Oh, we don't know me. Well, Akim.
Is it?
So, although all those laughs too are not real,
Okay.
it is made.
Effect. Yeah.
All right.
So definitely I'm not slapping naturally, but I will act
Like you
slapping, and people will see that you slapped him.
slapping. Yes.
Okay, I really am looking forward to that kind of movie because I know it's going to be so controversial and it will get a lot of people talking about Obama lady and all of that.
Femi, my ability, like,
Really?
I said, "Well, she was like, come on, Bowie."
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Tope Adebayo, for gracing our podcast show.
You're welcome.
It's
Thank
an
you.
honor to have you on board, and I should say that you're doing a fabulous job. Even
Are you
behind-
shy?
Even behind the scene. I mean, you're doing a fantastic job,
Thank you.
and we can only pray that it's going to be from strength to strength,
Amen.
from one level of grace to another level of grace, a higher level of grace. And we also pray that by this time, May 11 or May 10, after May 10, by May 11, we'll be saying yes, the
This is
AMVCA
the winner.
award-winning
Best director of the year.
we are looking forward to that, and we are cheering you on because we know the kind of material you're made of, and we know that you know your craft.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for giving the
Alright, one thing
Nollywood
you wanna say to your
industry a lot.
fans?
Well, I want to say a big thank you to my fans. Well, without you, there's no us. And without us, you might not really enjoy your day. Keep enjoying your day. And we promise, I don't want to use the F word. You get it right.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you. We really appreciate what you're doing in Nollywood industry, and we want to see more and more of these. Okay, to everyone, stay tuned. I'm so sure you actually enjoyed this episode. Till next time.